Hello! Welcome back to Midnight Monday. Today we are going to be making a vegetarian version of biscuits and gravy, and we're going to make them two ways. One, the way your dear old grandmammy used to make them, with breakfast sausage. And two, the way the hipster restaurant down the street makes them, with chorizo. So, one tiny little caveat. We're going to be making biscuits and gravy with country white gravy, which is how it's made. However, most country white gravy that comes prepackaged in the store has chicken broth or chicken extract in it. So if you're going to be doing it the way I would like to do it, which is by kind of cheating and buying the pre-mixed stuff in the store, just make sure you look at the ingredients in the back and make sure there's no chicken extract. This does not have any. However, this is from a brand called Signature Kitchens, which I think is just exclusive to Safeway. So if you don't have a Safeway in your area and you don't see any pre-made packets of country gravy without chicken extract, we're going to make our own country gravy from scratch today. It's pretty simple, don't you mind? And also, I'm not gonna sit here and make my own like biscuits from it's not hard, right? But what if Doughboy's gonna be doing it already? We might as well just take advantage of that. Yeah, we're doing stuff. We're busy people. I'm not gonna sit here and take this. All right, let's bring it over. Alright, so I'm looking at our recipe and just going through the list of things we need. We will need 1/4 cup of butter, 3/8 of a cup of flour, a half teaspoon salt, a half teaspoon pepper, and 2 cups of milk. So make sure you have all those things before we get started. So a half a stick of butter is 1/4 cup of butter, so we're good there. I've got my 1/8 measuring cup for flour. I'm going to measure some flour, and then I'm just going to put the salt and pepper right in the same thing. That way it just kind of makes it a little easier when we go to take it to the pan to heat all this junk. Alright, so we got our pot here. Oh, poor buddy. We have our flour mix. That's 3/8 of a cup of flour, a half teaspoon salt, a half teaspoon of pepper. We got a 1/4 cup of butter, and we got 2 cups of milk. So just to let you know, if anyone who's curious, I actually like cooking with actual milk, like whole milk. But I don't have any today. So that's almond milk there. So it's Silk brand. I think almond and cashew milk. It's nutritionally similar to regular milk, and that's got a good source of calcium. It's like 8 grams of protein. But I don't usually like cooking with this stuff, so I'm only doing this for the sake of showing you guys how to make country gravy. Otherwise, I would just be using that pre-made packet, which you just add blah 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 blah, which you just add water to. But I'll let you know how this tastes at the end. All right, so we need to do. So we need to melt our butter, and then when that's melted, we will add the flour in, and that's got to kind of cook and become its own little gravy thing for a few minutes first, and then we'll add the milk to it. So I'll go ahead and let this happen and pause you. Alright, so our butter is completely melted, and the process is kind of starting to bubble up a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and add our flour and just stir that. Alright. Cool. So according to the video I watched, it's supposed to cook for a little bit, and it's on its own. It's kind of liquidy, so that's kind of funny. Maybe I just go ahead and add the milk now. I'm just gonna do that. I'll stir this. Okay, so I just want to show you this. It actually thickened up pretty fast. Like, it's only been a few minutes. I'll let it do the full 10 minutes like the recipe asked for. And it even said if it's getting too thick to go ahead and add more milk. My first taste is the milkiness is totally fine. I'm going to add more salt and pepper myself because it feels a little light on that. But I'm pretty happy with that. I just want to give you that little update. Okay, so I went ahead and added like maybe a half cup more milk, and a ton of pepper, and a ton more salt. Like I'd say maybe I added 2 more teaspoons of pepper and then maybe another teaspoon of salt. And I'm very happy with this. Here's the thing, so the recipe said cook it for 10 minutes. I've been here for 5, it looks done. And the thing is, the longer it cooks, the more solid it gets, so I keep adding more milk. So I went ahead and turn the stove off. What I'll do is I'll just leave it covered for another 5 minutes over the, it's off, but there's residual heat, and we'll see how that treats it. But right now, I think this is good to go. I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, so we got our country gravy on the back burner here, off, just sitting under the lid. We got our biscuits in the oven, and we've got our sausage on this plate here. So we got our regular Gardein veggie sausage, and I think, so these are actually awesome. They're 80 calories per patty, and I think they're about 8 grams of protein. And this is a serving size of Trader Joe's soy chorizo. This thing it's so tasty, but be careful, I mean, you can't really be careful with it. There's a lot of paprika in there, so every time you handle it, your hands get really red. But this is 11 grams of protein. I don't know the calories. I have to look at the package, but I think it's probably around 150 calories per serving. So, because the soy chorizo is like it's got oil in it, it's very intense. We're gonna go ahead and cook the regular sausage first, just so we don't get any of that chorizo on it. So let's go ahead and do that. Put it on 4, oil up the pan. So usually I'll go ahead and microwave the Gardein sausage patties so they're hitting the pan non-frozen, but I'll go ahead and just cook them as is today, and so we'll probably do a few minutes on each side, and I'll let you know. But so, they look like the real deal, you know, they look pretty legit to me. And since they're already frozen, we'll go ahead and cover it up to help them cook faster. Alright, it's time to make the switch. Taking these out. 1, 2, and we're putting the chorizo in. Oh man, it broke apart a little bit. Alright. Let that do its thing for 30 seconds, and then we'll start smashing it down to bits. Alright, let's check the chorizo. Actually, let's use this guy. Flippy flippy. Alright, we want to start smushing them down. Alright, cool. So I had this in my freezer. So obviously when you put it in the pan frozen, you gotta let it thaw a little bit before you start doing this. But this is gonna be like, you know, ground sausage. This will cook pretty fast, you know, because it's tiny little particles. But we'll cover it up for a second, and then come back and start flipping it over again and look for browning. Alright, let's check the chorizo again. It's been a minute and a half. It's actually pretty close to done, so let's do this last stir. Give it another minute, and we will put it on the plate. Alright, I'm pretty sure the chorizo is done. Yeah, so what you're looking for is, I don't know how the lighting is, but basically it starts off as kind of like a bright red, and then it'll kind of brown a little bit and turn to you know, pretty obvious crumbles. So that, to me, this is good to go. We're gonna put this on the plate. And get ready to mix it in with the gravy here. For starters, let's put all our chorizo into one bowl. Okay. And then we're gonna chop up our regular sausage, our regular vegetarian sausage. So, keep in mind, this is a treat. You don't want to be eating a ton of country gravy, you know, it'll clog your arteries, but it's just nice to know that you can have this. Like, if you've gone vegetarian and you miss biscuits and gravy, like, fear not, we got you covered. Alright, I'm going to pour some of this chunks into here. Oh, maybe half. And the ratio of gravy to sausage is totally up to you, you know. If you like a ton of sausage in your gravy, you know, go light on the gravy when we mix it in. And we will figure out what we like here in a second. Okay. This is our regular sausage gravy. Looks like I may have put too much gravy in here, but I'm not gonna cry about it, you know. It's still pretty good. Oh no, that's not too bad. I just need to stir a little bit more. Have faith. Have faith sometimes. I like to sometimes add eggs to these. So what I'll do is I'll treat one of these as chorizo, one of these is regular, and each one of these will have one egg. Well, so I'll have one biscuit without an egg, but with chorizo gravy, one biscuit without an egg, with regular gravy, and then one with an egg. Alright, I'm sure it's confusing, but you will totally figure it out. So this is regular gravy. Probably could add a bit more milk to this, but I've actually had it like this before when I was in West Virginia, and they just made it real thick and stuck to your ribs, and so I'm totally cool with that. But for something that like kind of spreads nicer and just goops over it, you probably want to add more milk to your gravy. All right. Done. So I'm going to sit here and try some and let you know what I think, but I've actually already made this before. I love this stuff. So this is really just for you. Alright, we add an egg, biscuit, sausage gravy. Whoa, go figure, it's so tasty. Now with an egg. I actually think it tastes better without the egg, but get your protein. It is still good. It's not bad. It's just better by itself. Chorizo, biscuit, and gravy. It's just brilliant. It's got that heat to it. And with the egg, yeah, way to go. Good job, guys. So thank you for sticking around, for staying tuned. Please like the video if you liked discovering ways to eat vegetarian without feeling like you're a vegetarian. And subscribe for more videos that'll do the same thing. I got some cool things in the works. This is just the beginning. Later.